Hey guys, welcome to another episode of
After
After
the
the
Bell
Bell podcast.
podcast. If you
Yes.
can't
What
tell,
has every
I have a cold. So for the remainder of this episode, this is what I will sound like.
A lot of people are
that's
sick nowadays. Like I got cold too, you know. It's like hot and then cold. That's why.
I think it's because it's so hot. Like I have a fan that's constantly on me, like in my room, and I feel like just like that cold air, like just like
Oh, maybe it's my air conditioner. Hmm.
Oh,
Today's episode, we are going to be addressing common assumptions that people have about international schools. Okay, so I'm gonna like just say a bunch of assumptions, and then we're all gonna say either true, false, or depends in the middle, and then explain. Okay,
okay.
so first assumption is that in international schools, everyone travels every break.
For
okay.
me, it
I think it's
depends.
like here.
I say it. Yeah.
I think it depends because like it depends on the family. Because like
Mhm.
some, for example, for me, I do travel a lot, but like it's not like travel travel. It's more like me
Hmm.
visiting my family and like sometimes traveling.
Hmm.
I think it depends on families.
No, yeah, cause like okay, for me, like on breaks, like I went back to America because my home is in America and my dad was in America. But then also in breaks, like I would also go to like other countries near, like I would travel to like the other Asian countries. So I think it also just depends on like the person and like, because I think, but I also think a lot of people assume that international students are also like, I think it just depends. Actually, I think we'll go into that later. I think it just
Hmm.
depends.
Yeah, I would
Um,
say, yeah, I would say depends, but I leaned a little bit up because I do think that most of our students do go somewhere. Because I
yeah,
think that it's kind of common for international students to go back to their like home country and like visit their
yeah,
family like in the
yeah,
vacations. But there are still Korean kids in international schools. So I think it's kind of depends definitely, but most
yeah.
people do, I would say.
Or most people at least like even yeah, yeah, no. Most people, or it's like they go back to like, cause like I don't want to say his name, but there's someone at our school, and they like live in our school area alone, and then during breaks they'll go like live with their parents in Korea, but still pretty far, like a couple hours away.
Right. It's not always like out of country, but most people go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay, next assumption. I think Audrey was kind of about to touch upon this. I'm not sure if I caught her, but it's the next assumption is everyone in international schools comes from a rich family.
Mm.
Okay, I think
Like here.
it depends. It really depends.
Mhm.
Cause like, well, obviously, I think in at least like international schools in Asia, like in China, in Japan, in Thailand, and I think for a lot of Asian, like um, the international school level is like the highest, right? It goes like public school for this, and then public school, then private schools, and then like academies, and then international schools. So I think it is probably like one of the more expensive type of schools, but at the same time, like there's a lot of scholarship opportunities. So I feel like, because like my one of my cousins who goes to international school in Thailand, which is like at the most one of the most expensive international schools in Thailand, is going for like 3/4 like free because she has so much scholarship. So that's why she's able to go. You know, so I think it really just depends on what type of school you go, like what type of international school you go to, and like what kind of like financial opportunities that are offered.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Lina?
also like in at least in Korea and I assume in other places, in international schools, there's like different kinds of international schools, if that makes sense. Like even
Yeah,
if it's the same like international school, some schools are like notoriously known for being like for richer families because their tuition's so expensive. So in those
yeah.
cases, I would say that a good chunk of the kids are probably from wealthier families. But there are also like smaller international schools that are not always just filled with like really like wealthy families. And in specifically in my case, I go to like a lot of I always went to Christian international schools. And in my case, my parents are both pastors, so we get like a certain amount of scholarship for that. Or some kids go get a huge scholarship because their parents are teachers. So it's like there's a bunch of scholarship opportunities, but a good chunk of kids are from wealthier families.
Yeah.
Mm, I think to a certain like extent, I think definitely kids who go to international school has like a like they won't be poor, you know, because they
Mm,
if they're able to go to international school, probably their parents work or at least one of their parents work. But for scholarship, I think I didn't really know that private school gives a lot of scholarship. I think more scholarship comes from like government school, like public school. Those, yeah, I think yeah, if government fund those schools, then probably families pay a little bit less compared to international schools. So yeah.
So not everyone is from wealthy family, but you will for sure meet people that are.
Oh yeah.
and I think also like there are schools like I know in Korea that there is like international schools that are pretty small still, but why they're so like hard to get into or like the families there are wealthier is because it's such an academic focused school. And so there you can kind of tell like the parents put everything into like the hagwons to like the extra classes to like everything. So I think those because like I think I can just say it, but Dwight is a really notorious school known for like the academics and for having high scholars. And it's like the tuition is so high because they pay for like really high education, you know? So it just like depends on like where you want to go. Because I feel like there are also schools that are more focused in like music or more so it's just like what you want and like what kind of group is like that favored, you know.
Right. Okay. Next assumption is that okay. Next assumption: teachers are nicer in international schools.
Like more disagree.
I actually don't know because I've only been to international schools, so I think you guys have to answer this.
Oh, I've been to local school and international school. The reason that I can't really compare is because our international school is really small. Like if I'm comparing the international school I'm going right now, I would say teachers are more merciful and like they're more understanding because there are less students. Like I don't know whether teachers would be like more merciful and more understanding if there's like a bunch of students. Like teachers won't be like, oh, I know all the students. I know the student, I know the student. Because if the school's like that big, you know, teachers can't really focus on one or like smaller groups. So like, it's hard to compare. But I would say comparing my comparing to the old school that I went to, which is a Hong Kong local school, I would say teachers are like nicer. Like
Nicer
they're more like a
here.
friend
Nicer here.
comparing to comparing to the
Oh,
school that we're going right now.
okay. Gotcha.
Well, I think okay, there's like two things about this. It's like we touched upon this in one of our past videos, but about the relationship you can have with your teacher, and it just depends on which school you go to. And I think because well, this like our international Christian school, we had like right as we was saying, kind of like our teachers were super merciful. They were super like they were really understanding because they since our school was so small, they understood each kid really, really well. That's but I think and I think the relationship like with the international society, like you can't really get that close to teachers. But I think for our school, since it's so small, there is an exception. But like I went to a like private school academy in Cal, or I'm gonna go to also. But I was doing that before I went to international school, and I think there's a very fine line of like you are a student and your teacher is your teacher. Like you cannot be like really friends with your teacher except like there's some exceptions because like that teacher likes you or like you really like the teacher but like I feel like since there is a very fine line like teachers have to hold this like front of like being like the stern like the higher authoritative figure so I think it honestly really depends on like your science of your school and also like the relationship you hold with that teacher, because like they could be fun, they could be like nicer, but at the same time, like I feel like they have this like pride that they have to hold up to, you know?
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, I've only been to international schools. I don't know, but great answers, guys. Okay, next assumption. Okay, next assumption is that there's always some kind of drama.
Mm,
Yeah, bro. I feel like wherever you go, I feel like
Mhm.
I think it's like the type of drama you get into. Like I feel like no matter what, like you'll never be able to escape like the gossiping sessions or someone getting hurt because they feel excluded. But I think there's like different types of levels that like depending on like the group of kids or how the admin figures it out on like how to
Right.
go like that. But I think no matter what, like high school drama is low key normal from like where I've heard from my friends in America or like from I heard my friends from Thailand or in Korea. I think it's like just normal. It's just like how you handle it and like but actually what kind of situations, you know?
Mhm. Mm, I think low-key, like, I think there's low-key, like, drama, like, wherever you go, like, whether it's a public school or international school. But I think the difference is that in international schools, a lot of the times the drama is more involved with, like, administration and, like, the school itself. Rather than, I feel
Yeah.
like in public schools, it's probably more, like, just between students. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
definitely.
Maybe for Korean school, I heard it involves the administration a lot too. But I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
I've never went to Korean school, but
Or it's like bullying. Like Korea is a huge thing that has about bullying, so I feel like that's like a type of drama, you know?
I think it's a different kind of drama
I
in
don't
international
know.
schools.
Yeah. I feel like international schools, it's more like you get offended more than traditional schools because like everyone is from different culture and like everyone's just like, oh, maybe I feel offended because you think, I don't know, my food is not delicious or I don't know.
Mm,
Like in public school, everyone is just, okay, most people are from the same like you
culture.
know.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
Yeah.
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's always drama, but I don't know if that's like only exclusive to international schools. Okay. Next. Okay, I'm gonna do last assumption before I get into some questions. Last assumption is that it's easier to make friends.
Mm. Wait, comparing to local school?
Wait,
Yeah.
comparing to like okay,
Um,
I don't really know. Like
like
everything.
Yeah.
I think it's like kind of yeah,
Yeah.
because like international students, they're more like okay, let's say people who have went to international school for a little bit, they have like they know everyone's from different places. And like at first they may be like, "Oh, you're from here," and then it's like easier to like start up a topic, like you know.
Mm,
Mm,
So like comparing to internationals, like international school and local school, everyone's just like from there. Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm from Hong Kong," because everyone's from Hong Kong. But in
mhm.
international school, you can be like, "Oh, I'm from Hong Kong," and then they're like, "Oh, Hong Kong, I've went there," or like whatever, you know.
mhm. This might just be like people from international schools. One thing that I realized is like since we're from different places or since we have lived because like there's I don't know if people know this but like when you're wanting to attend an international school like you have to have lived somewhere else for 5 plus years or have like another passport. You can't just be from that country. And I think people don't recognize is like how well rounded these kids are because they've gone to so many places. Like we know students who have moved like 10 times or who have moved like who have moved places 5 times, you know? So I think just the cultural blend and like the people. So I feel like you meet such cool people and I think it's just like they're from other places, you know, and you might, I think from when I was saying like in California, I was just having a group of friends from this area. And I think it's just like we all have some similarities, but I feel like the differences that international students bring, it's like, oh, like it might actually be easier to just like, but I think it just depends. I don't really know. Like that question's like It just depends.
I think it's also the thing, at least in for us, it's about the size. Like our school's pretty small. So for
Yeah.
us, it is significantly easier to make friends because everyone's kind of friends with each other.
Yeah.
But there are international schools that are bigger, but I do feel like between international schools, like Esther said, low-key, like in Korea, we all kind of know each other, like even from different schools. Like usually
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
sports, kids like know
Mm,
each other from different schools. So in that sense, there is some kind of social network that is established. So in that sense,
Yeah.
it is easier to make like friends because you have those connections.
I also think like the school name in the international society is like huge. I feel like okay, I don't know, like as they're like, but like when you were going to like local Hong Kong school, like it did you know like would you know someone from another school and know them by their school name?
know them by their school name.
Like
Oh
okay,
yeah,
for
I don't think that's like that's common
like
for public.
like there since like international schools there's only a select number of like international schools in Korea that like we are affiliated or like we know and stuff, and I feel like I'm this is just like a random name, but it's like I know Bob from da 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 da, or I know this
Right,
from
right, yeah,
the
yeah, like you know, like oh yeah, this person's from the school. Like the school name is like usually well known.
yeah. So it's like
Yeah, so in that sense, it's like
yeah,
established network.
yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
next is some questions. Is that what is something that you're grateful for and disappointed by in international schools?
International schools. I might I might only be able to say like about this school because I went to this is like my first international school actually. And then yeah, grateful for I think is a community because our school is really small, so it's like easy to make friends and stuff. But also it's like there's pros and cons, you know, as as being in a small community, it's just like you just know each other. But yeah, but it's hard to sometimes if drama like let's not say like gossips, like even small talks and small like opinions, like if it goes out, then the whole school knows.
You know, sometimes it like goes
So
to different schools, like because all international schools know
yeah,
each
yeah,
other,
yeah, yeah.
so it goes to
yes,
other international schools.
So maybe this is like something that I'm like disappointed a little bit,
Mhm.
but
Right, right.
yeah, let me think about it. I might have more.
um, well, I think for me, what I got out of like the international school is like the academic push a lot of kids have. And I think when being surrounded in that environment, like you obviously get motivated to, and you obviously want to drive and push hard for that academic move. I think the one thing is, wait, let me think of the con.
Okay.
You guys, you know?
Okay. I think for me, something I'm grateful for, I think I'm not sure if this is like a case by case, but from what I can see, international schools, I feel like they try harder to invest in each student, if that makes sense. Maybe because there's like a tuition and it's not just like a federal run like industry, but like I feel like teachers or like the administration, they try to focus more on each student, like give them more opportunities or let them do more things. So like in our school case, like we have a lot of opportunities to like even no matter how small our schools, we have like a lot of opportunities to lead things and like
Yeah.
organize and like if we have an idea, we can like start something. And I feel like our school tries its best to kind of push us and help us to do those things, if that makes sense. So I think I'm grateful about all the like investments that they make with us. But something that I'm disappointed in, I think, is for my case in particular, I've always been to really small schools. So sometimes I'm a little bit sad that I don't get to have the experiences that you would typically have at a huge school. And also sometimes it's like opportunities. I don't have as many because I'm in a small school. But I think that also depends a lot because some international schools are huge and they have a bunch of opportunities. So that's different. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be the main thing.
Low key think that international schools, like, they try to do more like creative thinking, if that makes sense. Because
Mm.
like in local school, they just want you to like like let's say in Hong Kong or like in China, they just force you to like memorize stuff, and then you just write on paper, get the score. They don't care about like creative thinking or like investment or like anything. But in international school, I feel like they focus more on these. Like they focus in like learning more than actually like getting that score.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think this is not like disappointed. I just think it's like one of the harder things for international school is like a lot of people leave and go, and a lot of people come and stay. And I think like usually, I mean, from just the 2 years I was there, so many teachers left, and so many teachers came, and so many teachers left, and so many teachers came. And I think like I was not used to like teachers leaving like that. Like if
Mm.
you left at a regular school, I feel like that's a huge thing. You're like, oh my gosh, like they've been there for so long. Like I think international schools also like the teachers are international. Oh yeah, teachers always leave and go. And it's not something I'm disappointed about international, but it's just kind of sad. Like
Mhm.
and like you're most likely not going to see these teachers again because like okay,
Mm.
if you go to like a local school in your home state, home country, whatever, like you're gonna go to college and maybe you can come back and see these teachers again. But I feel like international students, like sometimes Korea is not their home country. So, they're gonna like for Esther's case 6, she's gonna go to college and I think she'll come visit Hong Kong or Canada, or like for
Mm.
like I don't so it's kind of just sad like oh you're one if you have like a really good like favorite teacher like they just kind of left and you didn't really like
I
we're not
mean,
that long.
no, that happened to me so many times where my favorite teacher leaves. And
Oh
like
yeah, it's just so
not even
sad.
teachers also, but also not only teachers, but also students. I think it's
Yeah.
just because everyone is not, a lot of people are not in their home country. So a lot of the
Mm.
times they move around a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, very sad about that. That's a good one.
It took
Okay,
me a little bit to like, yeah, to like
get used to it.
accept the fact that everyone's like, oh, suddenly leaving.
Right. No, I remember like fourth grade, my favorite teacher left, and I cried every day for like a month.
Oh
I don't know
wait,
why
that's
I was so
okay.
upset. I don't know. My mom had to like comfort me every night because I would cry, and it was really sad.
Baby tuna.
Yes, but that happens a lot.
Mm.
Okay, so now to kind of wrap up our episode, I have some rapid fire questions. You're just gonna say a very quick answer, and then we're gonna like rapid fire next question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. First, favorite Korean snack.
Wait.
Oh, I know.
What do you get at the like 편의점?
Yeah, like a
Oh,
convenience store
Pyeongja.
snack.
Oh, I like that. You know that it looks like croissants.
Mhm.
Like there's chocolate, there's matcha, and there's like
Oh yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
that one out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
crunchy. It's like orange packet, orange and white packet, I think.
Okay.
Mm, I don't know. Honey butter chips?
Honey butter
Uh,
chips, that's good.
One of my favorites.
For sure, banana milk. Love banana milk. There's a
oh,
specific brand that you have to get.
the green
Put it
green
up.
cover.
Put one of our friends on. I remember. That person drank it every day.
Literally, I put him on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. Best school memory.
Ooh, school memory.
Our last day of school. Our
Field
field
day?
day.
Uh,
Like the whole like 24 hours like before and after. Like after exam season, all of us went to hang out and then we made the shirts and then we went
mm,
we put some pictures up. It was so fun. And then the fact that like our sponsor or like our person or like
Our
teacher
teacher,
person, yeah, was like like took a lot of
he was
photos
into
for us.
it.
He was so into it. Oh, I miss.
No, yeah, that was like I was gonna say field day last day of school. We made t-shirts
Oh,
and
no, I think
specifically,
I think that
mhm.
yeah, that period is like from after exam. Like
Oh yeah,
usually
we were
we have
so like
sleepover.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I specifically there's a game where we did like a water fight with like water
The
like
balloons?
guns.
Oh, the
Yeah, and
gun.
water
oh,
balloons. It was so fun. Don't think I've laughed like
you're
that in a while.
I also think worship night actually.
Oh, worship
Yeah,
For
worship night
sure.
was fun.
or like
Okay.
SEW.
Oh yeah, like these like events that we do are always really fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, one word to describe your school or the school we all used to go to. Because I'll just not here. I'd say family.
Family.
Family. It's hard.
Unexpected.
I was gonna say small, but like it's too like eh. Um
I'm gonna say unexpected. Like so many things can happen.
wait, this is a good word. No, because like okay, this only applies to our school, but like I was so excited before I came. I was like, oh my gosh, international schools, there'll be a lot of like big stuff and big events and like stuff. But like it turned out our school is pretty small and I was like, oh, is there another building right here? Yeah, I think it's unexpected. Also family. I think there's two. I'm trying to come up with some words, but like nothing is here.
Yeah.
Aggressive in some ways. Like sports.
Aggressive?
Like sports. Like
Okay.
people are striving to like improve.
It's a boys team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have family, aggressive, and unexpected. Cool.
Why is it so negative? I think also friendly. I think people are pretty nice, you know.
So get friendly. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it for our episode about assumptions about international schools. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.